So let's continue our discussion covering when, then, and else for our first part. So let's pull up everything first using select everything from patients. And then what you can see is that we have all the records here. We have a column for the first name, the last name, city, and province ID to name a few. Now, I understand that here in province ID, it is abbreviated. Like, for example, the ON, it represents Ontario, or let's say BC or NS is Nova Scotia, BC is British Columbia. So, what if the scenario is your boss asks you to spell out the entire province ID? So, we can do that with SQL. So first, let's try to pull up first name, last name, and then the province ID. So select first name, last name, and then case. Because what follows here is a series of conditions. We're going to use when. So when province ID, that's the name of the column, is equals to ON or Ontario. Okay, open and close ON. What we want to happen is that when we pull that out, it will spell it out as Ontario. Okay, so capital O, let's make sure that we have the proper capitalization. Then, and then open parentheses, Ontario, close parentheses. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to focus first with Ontario and close the formula or the command with else. Okay. But later on, we can add more cases after pulling it up. So else, otherwise, meaning province ID is going to be retained, okay? And as province ID. Okay, so what that means is that if hindi siya Ontario, then that ends the command. Wala na tayong ibang gagawin. And then everything from the patient's table. So click run. So there you go. You can see that it has pulled up all the first names, last names, and their province ID. But we have only covered Ontario. Okay. So we can actually add another when clause under the case. So we are just going to repeat the entire process. It's when province ID is equals to NS, then it refers to Nova Scotia. Okay. When province ID is equals to NS, then Nova Scotia. Okay, clicking run, you can see that NS has been updated already. Now let's try BC. Okay, so again, we can just copy the entire clause and then just replace NS with BC. And then BC will stand for British Columbia. Okay, so British Columbia. And then if we would click run there, so it is already updated. So all our province IDs have been spelled out based on our request. Okay. So we all know that on our table, when we pull it up, we can see the summaries below. So we have 4,000 plus patients here. Okay. Now, what if we would strictly just wanted to find males and females, so that number is not available here? But through SQL, we would be able to pull it out, okay? So let's try to pull it out using this query. Select count and then open parentheses, everything, close parentheses. From now, what's going to happen is we are creating a new column. Okay, so we are going to use as and then name it as, let's say, total males. Okay, so that column will show all or the total count of all males in this table from patients where gender is equal to open parentheses, male, close parentheses, or open quote, close quote, sorry. So let's click run. Okay, so our result shows that we have 2,468 males. And then you can just actually replace the column name with whatever name you would want. Let's say we can say all males. Okay, all underscore boys, rather, all boys. Then click run, you notice that it changed. And then pwedeng Tagalog, lahat lalaki. Click run, it changes as well. So we are going to apply the same principle for females. So total females. And then we are just going to replace the gender with F. And you can see that the total females is 2,062. Okay. So you can do this command or series of commands to gather the total for everything. Let's say total of province IDs, total number of patients, etc., etc. So if we would remove the genders and replace it with all patients, we would be having the same total as what we had earlier, which is 4,530. So up next, we have concat. So the concat command allows you to join the contents of different columns together in one column. Okay, so in our given table, you have the column for the first name and then you have the column of last name. So what if gusto ko siyang pagsamahin, no? I wanted to join them. And this is something that you can also do in Excel, but again, in SQL, that's also possible and far more efficient. So we are going to use the concat command to execute this. So select concat. So what we just need is the first name and then the last name. Okay, first name, comma, and then notice that here I would be putting a space inside a quotation mark. Okay, comma, and then last name. So why are we putting a space? Okay, short answer, magdidikit siya, right? But later I will show you that. So first, let's execute this as full name from patients. Okay, so we're creating a new table where the information is concatted. So full name, you have the first name and the last name joined together. So again, if I would remove this space clause and then click run, what you would notice is that the first name and last name will be joined together. It's as if it's one word. And we don't want that to happen. Ano? Malilito yung doctors natin or malilito whoever is going to read that information. Thus, we are putting a space inside the quotation so that it would separate the first name from the last name. Okay. So this concat command can be applied to anything. It could be applied to the address, the names, any other information that you would want to join. Okay. So there, for your finals, what's going to happen is you will be using all the commands that I have taught you from the first video down to this final video. However, the difference is that I will be giving you a scenario. Okay, so this is an example of one scenario. What if I want the first name and last names joined in one column? So it is up to you how you would perform that. Okay, you are going to use all the commands that you have learned in order to execute that in SQL. So that is it. I hope you have learned something from this lesson, and good luck on your final exams. Thank you.